I was pushed down by my cousin a long time ago. Died on the spot. My mother, as a family member of the victim, wrote the clemency application. Forgive her nephew. But after I was reborn, my cousin sucked my mother's blood. King Kim Hoa. I won't forgive any of them. The whole family must face the consequences. Take upon yourself the crimes of your past life. This life will pay. 30 p.m. Tet no AI predicted. Uncle Wang Ping leads the son of King Hao. He came to my house to cause trouble, he said with a thick face. I hope I can move the house I bought for my son. American girl is a girl. You have to get married sooner or later. Now buying a house is not a waste. Waste is not even worth it. My mother looked pitifully at me. Pretend to feel sorry. My American cousin is getting married. The girl asked to buy a house in the city. Your house fits right into a laughing house. I remember this scene from my previous life. I kicked them out of the house. As a result, my uncle instigated my father's money, so she cut off my father's treatment. To pay for my father's accident, let King Hao buy a new house. And my dad can only show up at home waiting for the shot. I tried to suppress my anger and pretend to be obedient. Your mother was right, but I sold that house. I want to save cash for my dad's rehabilitation. Why didn't I ask your opinion? Where did your brother get married? I almost laughed out loud. My house needs to ask his opinion, Sao. It's such a big deal, you decide for yourself. There is no money for selling the house. Your father's legs don't have to cost that much. The money was given to your $1,000 for the medicine. I can't believe you asked. All that money went to the hospital. I want to change my father's leg. With the athlete's foot. I've transferred the hospital to you. Major surgery in 2 days. Then your father will be able to stand up. A lifetime of loyalty. Dad is my only weakness. I am an only child. My father loves me the most. But Kim Hoa is hypnotized. She sees us as aliens. Always have feelings for the Tu Wang family. So she doesn't know. I moved my father to the big hospital. America, stop it. I'm not good at this age. Money is not the problem. Trust me to wait for you to recover. I'm taking you on a trip to Africa. Don't worry about treatment. You said yes. I told him to investigate. Don't let my mother know the name of the hospital. Don't let my mother go to the hospital. My mom's cold. She actually knows better than anyone. My house is not for sale. This area is about to build a secondary school and a big shopping mall. Soaring house prices. After rebirth, there are no special skills. But there's still disparate information. And then I bought a lot of real estate stocks. A short-term investment. My cousins are always on the lookout. Of course, less than a month. My mother's phone came at the right time. America is all a home. No hatred overnight. Next week my cousin will take his future wife to dinner. To talk to Chan about a simple engagement. When she finished, she asked me to investigate. You've got to go back. Give me your face, too. I gladly agree. Of course I have to go back. Don't go into the wolf's den to catch the wolf. I want to meet them. When I got home, I saw that my house had been stolen. My parents' main bedroom. It became the king's room. My bedroom has become my uncle's room. My mom having fun. Built a folding bed in the office. I'm going to ask my mother clearly. My sister-in-law's family came to the door. You immediately made a smiling face. My sister-in-law's parents seem a little disgruntled. This house is a bit old. Young people probably don't like it. That's right, because she's pregnant. Afraid of bad new decoration, so we bought a new one. This house is really getting old. My mother trembled and looked at me. Saw me grinning and my face didn't care. She's breathing. Willow as yen. I stared at the weak girl in front of me. What comes will come. I met her at the hospital in a previous life. Going to say hello. I found the person next to her. He's the vice president of our company. For goodness' sake, I told King Hao. But he's mad. Just shut your dirty mouth. It's like being scared and having a miscarriage. Where do you think that's my son? It was at that time he banished me from the roof. I was stunned for a moment, not wanting to remember. A moment later, my brother spoke. American recently. I often have to go to the Thai hospital. Then lend your brother a car. You can borrow anything you say late. This is a wedding gift from America. Thank you. He's wanted this car for a long time. I often refuse to cheat you. I can't get angry in front of everyone today. It's finally in their hands. They're acting on their own. I didn't even get a chance to protest. When they were about to leave, my mother said loudly that I would take them home later. Sorry, my car has been borrowed. Then tell your brother to give it to you later. Don't be stingy. Your brother's married, you shouldn't behave like that. Okay, the more than 300,000 cars that were robbed are not allowed to show their behavior. Yours is yours. If you want to give it to someone. I didn't say anything. Go outside and pass through the master bedroom. I heard him as if he was complaining. Then your aunt will stay at our house. How long will I stay? Oh, not to take care of you, Sao. I'll kick her out when you're done. Let's go get my parents first. My mother is funny. I called a taxi downstairs. Also call the traffic police. Hello, I'd like to report a drunk driver. Soon my mother called. He complained that his driver's license was revoked and he was fined. If so, I'll drive home. My mother startled over the phone. No, just like that. It's inconvenient for a man without a car. Soon Willow asked me to go shopping. From essential oils for pregnant women to milk bottles. I almost bought everything she wanted. Each time it's time to pay, she's hesitating by my side. I finally had to pick up my purse. Even though you're mentally prepared to be sucked. But when I saw that car, the baby cost over 3,000 yuan. Still a little hesitant. I'm sorry, I'm not the kind of fool that my mother is. I'm not going to spend a lot of time fishing. Need to collect the net in time to pass the real estate store. A well-dressed young man called us back. Sister Fox apartment is 900 m away from GA's subway. Do you want to visit? I pretended to ask. How much 1 square meter? 7,000. Sister, I said, let me tell you that this area is newly opened. We have cooperation with the sales department. Can get the lowest discount. Highest value. I glanced Willow as yen. Sister-in-law. Before not saying I want to buy a house. Let's go play, thank you. But he said it's not good to be pregnant at home. You have to wait until the baby is born before buying it. Don't blame me for talking too much. Actually bought a house and now decorated more than half a year later. The cheese that sang is gone. You can bring the baby in. The old house doesn't have your name. There is no this old man, before the dowry money is stingy. I want my child in the old house. Check out the apartment. It's as if the whole face is shining. Of course, on one side is the Nordic style, by a professional designer. On one side is the old house that my parents lived in over 25 years ago. The difference is so obvious. The agent is also very enthusiastic. Tell the truth, if not, I knew this area would be abandoned. Maybe I'll be attracted too. Really, sister, look at the whole city. There is no better area than this one. You see 900 meters from the subway. There is a large supermarket within 2 kilometers. Next year, the school will be built here. This apartment is great. It feels really good, but I don't have kids now. Don't worry, sister-in-law, I saw it. I talked to my husband. Yes, talk about it. Of course, the trap of the house is just the first step. The next morning, my mother called me. I heard that you went shopping with a bag. I didn't want to spend the money. Let people buy it for themselves. Willow, as you say, any of that stuff she bought herself? It doesn't make sense that you could all be a family. My sister-in-law is about to give birth to a grandson of the Wang family. I mean, I wouldn't even buy a baby stroller. Oh, I really can't help it anymore. Interrupt my mother. Yesterday she brought back a bunch of stuff. At least 1,000 yuan, that's all my money. Next time you buy a car, baby. As a gift for the baby. That's my nephew. Don't be stingy. I want to help them buy a new house. Do you have enough money to sell your house? My heart rejoiced so quickly bit the hook. Think carefully about my mother's words. I didn't even mention the wedding ring. If it was a past life, I would be sad. But now I only see that the fish has bitten. I calmly replied. No house is worth more than $100,000, and I want to sell it. I didn't get a penny. Give it to your disabled old man. Old age costs money. You've really ruined your cousin's life. My mother hung up the phone in anger. I was bewildered. Phone down my dad after CA surgery. Could have dropped the stick. Move yourself slowly. He's in a nursing home now. The doctor said he'll be able to walk again in a few months. I can't run like I did when I was younger. But walking normally is no problem. My mother insulted my father for no reason. A few days later my mother showed up at the door. America, I really have no choice. My sister-in-law said that if she didn't buy a house, she would leave Thailand. I really don't have any money. I know your father is in the hospital now. Very high cost SAO, and now I have no home. Every month you have to rent a house. Then stay with me. We're in the same office. She looked at me with anticipation. I want to save money on my rent. Every penny is for her nephew. Mom, I don't think it's going to work. Too many people. Your sister-in-law will be uncomfortable. My daughter, can you help me advise my father? Now my father listens to me the most. I want to sell my current house. But your father wouldn't. I almost laughed when I heard these words. Sell the house and give all the money to the king. Vương Hạo is my cousin, not an outsider. And now I have the son of the king. We're saving lives. To save a more human life. They built 7 towers that they all sold. Where are you? Your cousin's going to raise you, that disabled old man. I take care of myself. Think carefully. Looks like she still doesn't know. King Hao and Lu as Yen. I want to leave her. Your mother doesn't think your father will sell the house. I don't dare or want to advise. Now I want to sell my house to King Hao. When your father was injured, why don't you want to sell the house? Why do you like to repeat the old story? If you don't want to sell your house, divorce. This house is divided. Can I take half the money? Even though he's disabled now. Any stupid old woman wants to take care of him? When she finished, she took out a piece of paper, and this is the divorce. Hurry up and give it to your father. My father and I have been talking about divorce for a long time, not King Kim Hoa. I want to get rid of the burden quickly. It's my father. But she wants to split the house in 2. It's dreamy. This house was bought by my grandfather. My mother has no job. I secretly take money from the house to provide for their house. Over the years calculated RA. Also BA 40,000. My father is a very emotional, very responsible person. Until now. My mother drained all his emotions. He still wants to give my mother 30% of the value of the house. Much lower, of course, compared to her expectations. She was sobbing. Speak out loud. How many years have I been working as a horse for your house? You just want to give me $20,000 to get rid of. 10,000 is not a small amount, this ungrateful girl. You all want me out. Give me 30 grand. They will divorce tomorrow, so they have to sue. I asked my lawyer if I sued. I can only get 100,000. I heard your brother on the phone. Get a divorce. I'll find you a better old man. My mother hesitated for a moment. To put it foolishly, 200,000 is 200,000. Fucking old man. You're in bed, no one notices. It's finally over. My father looks tired. He bent over to get physical therapy. The shadow is weak. End of this part. See you later. Take it all. You are not filial. I can't dream of getting married in my next life. There is no son. It ended a week later. The agent called me, sister. They put a deposit and thank you for always helping me. I tricked them into tomorrow. It's the last day of the promotion. They rushed to give the money. But only the deposit. It's because you're trying. When I finished, I deleted the contact. This is for my father. It's over, but for me the game has just begun. A month later my mother called me again. It's definitely not a good thing. In my prediction, of course. My mom recently had a heart attack. To go to the doctor. Give me some money. How many voices does she need? She's a little excited. 5,000. She thought for a moment and said 50,000 might not be enough. Give me 100,000. Where did your mother get so much money? Go to the doctor first, then send your medical records and bills. I just want to pay for my father's treatment. Without your mother, your father is the same. Not enough time for her to finish. I blocked all of her communications. The whole world is quiet again. I soon met Willow at the door of the company. America, we're really out of money. There is a way of life for those who run out of money. For example, that car, a 200-year-old baby, can be used temporarily. Gas prices have risen recently. We don't want to drive, we want to sell the car. But your name should be. That's because you don't drive. Give it back, I almost forgot. It was given to us by you. She's in a hurry. I was going to sell the car to them for money. And then lost another one. The car she thought was her. It's my loan. I didn't give it to you. Did it damage anything? My aunt and aunt are pregnant with the Wang family's child. Do you dare to treat me like that? First of all, I'm Chu. The Wang family's son has nothing to do with Monday. Me. Are you sure that's the line of the Wang family? He looked at me in surprise. Why do you know? You don't care how I know. The wife of the Deputy Director General is not easy to respect if she knows. Do you believe she'll hire someone to hurt you? Of course, if King Hao and my uncle knew. And guess what crazy things they're going to do. Although now King Hao absolutely loves Willow as Yen. But she also knows it's most likely the baby in her womb. I saw her treat me to her father. That's the nature of man. I saw Willow's pale face like a saddle. I'm not going to scare her anymore, but I won't tell them. You are so safe. Why did you help me? You don't need to know, just know that I can help you. Don't come to the company looking for me. The Deputy Director General and his wife. It doesn't look good. Don't worry about pregnancy. If I'm happy, I'll buy a car for the baby. I can call my old school friend. There's always a few loan sharks in this small town. High interest rate. But the loan conditions are simple. Very fast speed. Serving people like Wang Hao. Even though their home loan can't be deferred for long. Soon my old classmate called me. Maybe he borrowed money. The Wang family hasn't been looking for me lately. Of course I can't afford to ignore it. And suddenly one day the manager called me. Are you guilty of AI? Hurry home, the door is unlocked. I immediately panicked. They finally found me. To my mother's house Kim Hoa. He destroyed everything in the house. The housing manager standing at the door explained. Miss Chu when we arrived. It was a mess. She said your mother. So it's not convenient for us to intervene. You guys work hard and I'll handle it. Don't go. Look at this ungrateful girl. How he treated his own mother. All right. I'm not leaving. She didn't tell me anything. She slapped me. Do you have a conscience? I'm your mother. Give me one, I want you and you're starving. I send you 3,000 renminbi every month. Maybe it's not enough. 3,000 things. What are you lying to? I didn't sell the house. A loan in a house worth more than $100,000. I told you to transfer the house to your cousin. I will not enjoy it alone. Where do you do that? Based on that, it's your money. My own uncle came out and said emphatically. King Hao has not been home for more than 10 days. Loans come every day. I'll give you 50 grand. You and I will come every day to find you. You think I work in a bank? Where did I get 50 grand for you? This house isn't worth 100 grand. Sell it quickly. Why are you in such a good house? I can only rent a place in the basement. The king doesn't know where. Maybe you're hungry. Give me a week to make money. My mother didn't bother to ask. Can we move in? Even if it is already about to be born, my mother doesn't have $50,000. So I'm selling my house to make money for you this week. She half believed she agreed. She didn't mean to say that. 50 gold. We will buy a small house to live in. After she left, I hurriedly contacted the realtor. Sell the house. The school and shopping center have been built. Now is the best time. I'm also looking for a lawyer, drafting a nurturing contract. I transferred money to sell the house. Our property all changed to my father's name. From now on, for King Kim, only perform obligations according to law. Per month NDT 500. This money's in our small town. She rented her own basement. Buy some food and don't starve, but want to provide for others. It's impossible. I quickly bought a house in the southern city. It was supposed to be after my father showed up. To heal. Of course, the Wang family also has to. And with the lawyer. I went to the shabby house that the Wang family was renting. I gave my mother a foster care contract. By the way, get the car back. The lawyer explained for a long time. I understand that 50,000 is no more. The car is no longer. I have the right to own your house. You don't have kids. Your house, your father, and I both have an inheritance. Mrs. King, what she said. It's the division of after property. The death of the heir. That's what your legal obligations are. Monthly maintenance is just that. His mother said it's normal. Even if you change. Even if you have the right to contribute. I didn't get all the money. My mother's face was instantly reborn. America, do you have integrity? You've ruined this whole house. Who gave birth to such an evil daughter? This is your house, not mine. That's right. I gave it all to my father. Now he can walk again. I'll take him everywhere. I'll drive home today. That car you gave to King Hao. I'll never let you take it. Do you have proof? I never gave it to him. My lawyer is by my side helping. Mrs. Wang, according to what she said. You could have been for illegal appropriation of property. My client have the right to pursue her criminal liability. Kim Hoa in front of me was stubborn. Now she can only be a coward. You shiver muttering. Take it all. You are not filial. I can't dream of getting married in my next life. I don't even have a son. I don't need you to worry. You should take care of your son. Now people who come to collect debts are dangerous. Get the fuck out of here. America, if King Hao has a problem, I'll make you pay for it. Why hasn't your nephew had a problem yet? You're cursing him. My son will be back soon. The Wang family will never be perfect. Afternoon. I drove home for a good price. The transfer file is finally completed. I quickly left home. To the branch as a subordinate leader. The Wang family. It's completely blacklisted by me. However, some rumors still come to my ears. The manager told me, Kim Hoa came to break the lock. She suspects I'm cheating on selling my house. Of course the new owner didn't spare her. A chaotic fight to take her to the police station. The house they were trying to buy. It was finally abandoned. Then you lead Theo as if every day to protest. But the poor man cannot fight the wicked. In front of an unscrupulous investor. The Wang family's noisy actions did not work. Then they all want to save money. Moving to an abandoned house with no wall water power. Zhang's wife also told them at the child's monthly party. Tell them that, child in hand, it's not the line of the Wang family. And the king, because he had no money to pay his debts, to be taken to court. And right now my dad's taking me out to eat at Hokkaido. Now he's a rich old man, more than 100,000 in my hand. He said he'll take me on a trip next month. Everyone finished watching. For Vu Tian Born Boy, please a like. Thank you for watching the entire video. Vu Tian Born Boy translated. See you guys in the next video.